I would welcome you all back to the Top Cut, but as I found out earlier in the break, at Michael Pram is beating at Crim23, on Twitter, and this is not right. So this is my call to everybody in the Pokemon community. Please follow at Crim23 and unfollow at Michael Pram so we can put this Pokemon community in its rightful place.
I will say one thing to all my followers. We did it! We did it! We finally conquered him! We did it, and we will keep our lead.
All right. Seriously, how many people did you actually pay at stage? Because you must have gotten like 30 people follow you at stage.
It's called streaming, and all I did was say, hey, follow me. See, if you contributed to the community like I do.
No, I do, with my charming smile.
Call it contributing?
Yes, I do. Oh no, even rain. No, this is not happening. All right.
You gonna move on here or just fall on this all night?
He's so shocked. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm actually really shocked. I'm looking at our questions, and I guess we're gonna begin the viewer questions.
I got one from our email. If you need one.
Yeah, one quick second. Let me just post these questions right here, or post the link right there. Please ask us anything you've got. And yes, Mr. Jimmy O'Brien, I do have enough play points for nationals. I've attempted like 7 or 8 cities and 2 states. So
yeah, I think you only need to attend like 2 states and you're good. Something like that.
I think more than that, but he's good.
10 play points.
Yeah, that's like 2 states, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
States are like 4, I think.
Oh, whatever. 2 states and like a cities. No big deal.
Tom was complaining when he was here that he couldn't just go after states or something. So he had to go to Riga.
Alright. Let's start off. We have a question from Vinicius Passos from Brazil, actually. So that's pretty cool. International follower. He's a great fan of the Top Cut. Very awesome. In tracking Landorus deck, do you put a Mewtwo EX counter over other Mewtwo EXs? Other than Mewtwo EXs, I think he means fast. So,
he's asking, is it good to put Mewtwo EX in the tracking Landorus deck just to counter other Mewtwo EXs?
That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Yeah, so if anybody wants to answer that, please go ahead.
I would say no, simply because you just don't have the energy engine for it. You're really relying on fighting energy and EXP share to really carry you through the game. And if you play Mewtwo in that fashion, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to start playing double colorless energy, which is going to mess up your energy curve. So I would say it's more productive to just land crush and retaliate Mewtwo's rather than trying to counter their Mewtwo with your Mewtwo. In fact, I would even say even things like Tropical Tidal Wave would be more effective than playing your own Mewtwo. Simply because you can still two-shot them. Granted, if you get Tropical Tidal Wave on a flip, granted it's a flip, but it's much easier to do that than to power up a Mewtwo.
I would greatly discourage you from running Tropical Tidal Wave. Simply because if you get Tails, you have to discard your own EXP shares. That is not a good drawback.
I forgot about that.
Well, it's Michael Pram. He doesn't get Tails.
I forgot about. I actually forgot there was a downside to that card. I thought it was.
a pretty big downside.
I was
There's
just
no
like.
downside to this card when I play it.
I was just like, well, you get heads and then you discard their stuff, and you get tails. It just doesn't do anything, right? I take back what I said about the Tropical Tidal Wave, but I would say just knocking them out with Terrakion is much more efficient than knocking them out with a Mewtwo.
Yeah, I would agree with your other point that you just don't have the energy to run Mewtwo. If you're going to somehow fit in double colorless just to play Mewtwo, and you're going to mess with your energy line, probably not worth it. But if you really, really, really want to beat Mewtwo, then I guess you would fit in a couple double colorless and a Mewtwo of your own. The other downside is starting with your Mewtwo EX. That would be a pretty big bummer. But overall, I would say not worth it, probably.
All right. But yeah, thanks for asking the question. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. Vinicius Passos.
I actually have
either way.
another question from an email from a while ago.
Yeah, please go ahead and ask it.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
It's from Marcus Peck. He says, "Hi, Top Cut. I'm from Australia, and I can't ask my questions during the stream because of time zone differences. So he wants to ask some questions for the show. His first one is, one of the main reasons I enjoy the Pokemon TCG is because of evolving and the amount of variants and decks. And now that there's such huge EXs that are basics and they're so dominant, he wants to ask, do you feel the format is still fun? He personally dislikes the idea of only basic EXs and feels they've ruined a format which wasn't even that amazing in the first place. And he wishes SPs were still around, or Heart Gold, Soul Silver to Black and White format. So do you think the game is still fun now that basics are dominant and evolutions are nowhere to be found?"
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to really expand upon that, but I mean, just play the game. If you feel bored playing the game, then so be it. But I don't. I feel like there's still plenty of strategy. Yeah, it kind of sucks that sometimes you go second and there's just really nothing you can do. You can play the perfect game and still lose. But I mean, that's just part of playing a trading card game, I think. At the end of everything, if I'm enjoying myself, if I'm actually using strategy and trying to outplay my opponents, and I'm not in a format where it's just, I mean, we've had some really bad formats before. This isn't that bad. It's not the best format we've had in a while, but it's not the worst. So I'm not going to complain about it.
It's the worst.
I actually think it's I think the format's I dare say maybe somewhat healthy. Just because of how long games go. First off, games go actually pretty long, so they drag out. I don't dislike. Stop shaking your head. I don't dislike when there's two dominant decks. That's fine. It makes it easy to come up with a counter strategy, like a Terrakion deck. I mean, like, granted, Terrakion probably only will work that 1 week, and then every other week it's kind of borderline trash. I would almost say, but I would say, you know, I think the format's fine as it is. It's kind of disappointing that you can't evolve like normally. Like, it's disappointing that your setup decks is a stage 1 deck, and your basic rush deck is just all basics and all that. But, you know, that just comes with the territory. I think if they start balancing stage 2s correctly in the later sets, and they start balancing the EXs to be not so dominant compared to those stage 2s, then you'll definitely see some more stage 2s on later. But until then, you know, if just play the game. If you have fun, keep playing. If not, hope for better. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, what do you think, Kyle?
I mean, I don't know if it's less fun, but it's definitely more frustrating, because when you play this game in the past, there was sort of an element of you could control what happens. Most recent example would be the SP format, where you had these SP mirror matches in the games were largely decided by all these decisions you had to make. You know, even something as simple as using Cyrus's Conspiracy, you would grab your 3 cards. If you grabbed one of the wrong ones, you could end up losing the game. Those were more skill-based times where, like, it mattered what happened over the course of the game. Every little decision counted for something. Whereas nowadays, I feel like the decisions you make on your turns are pretty dumbed down and straightforward. Just like, oh, okay, I can catch her and knock out. And pretty much I'm just trying to get all 6 prizes in like 6, 7, maybe 8 turns. Games hardly ever go past that. So I think there is a little bit of frustration there when, like you said, you go second and sometimes you can't even win just because you lost the opening coin flip. But I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to adjust to it. There's nothing we can do about it. I hope it does return to evolutions sometime soon, but for the time being, all we have are basics, and obviously the game is heading in that direction. So just got to learn to deal with it.
I agree. All right. Our very next question is from Dax Edmondson. Hey guys, I wasn't able to go to my state's tournament and run Durant, and the reason was because my parents say it's a waste of time and money, and they're not supportive of it. What should I do? Because I'm sort of tired of making decks and never getting to use them. That's actually a question I've gotten more than once. Go figure. What do you guys think? And we'll actually do Drew here. Do the Drew.
What's the problem? He can't play because his parents or something? They don't want to stay?
Yeah, they say that it's a waste of time and money, and they're not supportive of the game.
I mean, that's tough. I would say it's time to make some friends in the game. You can try to stay with them, you know, try to get rides places. That way you're not as dependent on your parents for things. I mean, that's probably the best advice I have. Eventually you're going to be able to, I assume you're not old enough to take yourself to events then, so just keep sticking with it, man, and yeah, really just try to get in a group. Pokemon community is really strong. There's a ton of good people out there. I used to get rides all the time when I was a kid from a few of my friends' parents with them. So just, yeah, stick with it and try to find your way, man.
Anybody want to expand upon that?
I agree.
Oh, unless that's all you have to say.
That's all he
Yeah,
had to
that's
say.
pretty much all I had to say.
Pram the troll.
That was like, yeah, I agree. Go ahead.
Yeah. It is a tough situation to be in, obviously. I mean, if your parents just look at this as kind of a joke or a waste of time, then all you can really do is, like, sit down and have a talk with them and show, okay, this is what I'm actually going to do when I play this game. It's not just a joke. It's a good time for a social event. I can make some friends. It's a good pastime. It's good, clean fun. I'm not going to get in any trouble, usually. And you can win prizes. I mean, the only negative thing I can see to playing Pokemon is that it takes up money and time, but, like, what hobby doesn't? So all you can do is kind of just sit down and have a talk with your parents and try to convince them that it is worth your time and it is something fun that you love to do, and hopefully they'll come around and let you participate in something you love to do. If not, I mean, they're your parents. You can't really control what happens, but hopefully they'll come around and see your side of it.
Yeah. One thing I do want to add is, let me see how I can put it. My parents originally weren't very supportive, but then I can't really remember how it happened, but at one point in my illustrious Pokemon career, my parents actually had to talk with me, and they explained how it's actually a really expensive game for them. Because the truth is, as a kid, you don't really see it. But it's, you know, all the traveling, all the cards that you purchase, all this, I mean, it adds up, and your parents are the ones fronting the cost. So hopefully your parents can afford it, first of all, because, I mean, that's the number one thing. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. But once we had a talk, they really realized that I hope I made them realize that the game kept me in a good zone. We've said it a million times, the Pokemon community is actually literally the best people I've ever met in my life. These people are actually good-hearted people, and I'm talking about a vast, vast majority of them. And you're going to keep yourself out of a lot of trouble, and it's just, it's just one of those things where hopefully you can make your parents realize this, because it's just, it's a much better alternative to what other people are doing at your age. So hopefully that helps. And yeah, I do get that question a lot, so it's interesting that we finally got it here at the Top Cut. So Nate Levins. Huh?
Hold on, I think just want to throw in one more thing. What Drew said was pretty important too. Try to make some friends who play the game. It's tough. You don't always have people in your area that play, but if you can just show your parents that, hey, look, I mean, I've made these friends playing the game. We're just having a good time. We're not getting in any trouble. I mean, it's hard to argue with that, especially parents that are just trying to look out for you. I mean, if they can see, all right, you've made these good friends, they seem like good kids, then maybe they'll let you keep doing it. So that's something I just wanted to throw in as well.
Yeah, and it's crazy because seriously, very, very many people have some of their absolute best friends in the world come out of Pokemon. So it's got to be for a reason. So hopefully this all helps. So here we go. Nate Blevins, how many Ns should you play? They're only game-changing card when there is like 2 prize cards left. Is 4 necessary, or can you drop it to 3 or 2? That's kind of a weird question because really it varies a lot on the deck that you're going to be using. It varies a lot on. By the way, Drew, you're frozen.
Good.
It's on a good pose, actually.
You can't see my Ohio State blowing it freak out now.
It's actually on a good pose. So.
Yeah, you're all good.
It varies a lot on the deck that you're using. It varies a lot on your strategy because if you're very aggressive or whatever, you probably don't want to have too many. But I mean, it just depends. If your deck actually gets ruined by N, then you don't want to max out on it for the most part. But if part of your strategy relies upon, maybe if you're gonna have a slower setup than most, then you're probably gonna want to have as many Ns as possible because that's gonna be your comeback card. All depends. For the most part, I like to play around 2 or 3. So that's just.
Yeah, I'll throw in my 2 cents on this. I play 4, and the reason being is because
first you play 4 in every deck.
Pretty much, yeah. In this format, yes. And the reason being, okay, if you're behind, you're going to get into a Mewtwo war, so you're going to need N. And if you're ahead, you can just burn the Ns early and use them as draw cards. So either way, you're using all your Ns efficiently. And if you run less than 4, what could possibly happen is like, oh no, I had to junk arm an N here, I used an N back in like turn 1, and now I have to use an N here, and then I just lose the game because he has 2 catchers.
Okay. What about you, Kyle?
Yeah, it's a question I've kind of struggled with too. Really what it comes down to is that I don't like any draw cards besides Oak's New Theory and Juniper, so I kind of run N by default as like my 3rd draw card. Unless you're playing a Magnezone deck, Sage's Training has kind of gotten horrible for me. Every time I play it, I'm just like, ugh, I wish this was a different supporter. It just is not getting the job done. So, I mean, what are your alternatives for supporters? You have Sage, Copycat, Bianca, Sharon, really, you got nothing else to choose from. So, you might as well run N. I run 2 or 3 in a deck. I can see 4, so it's just about personal preference. It's obviously a bad draw card at the end of the game. So, it's not good at the end of the game if they play an N and put you down to like 2 cards and then you draw an N of your own. That's not good. So, it's just good to find a balance between actual draw supporters and then N, which is kind of draw at the beginning and then disruption at the end.
All right. So you say you do play 4 of them? Is that your final answer?
No, I usually play 2 or 3. 3 right now, I guess.
All right. Let's go to the next question then. Here we go. Nathan Hyder. I just wanted to say thanks for the top cut. You're welcome. For everything you guys are doing. I went to my first tournament over the weekend and was able to top cut in Wisconsin. Keep up the good work. You're making a difference with the game. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate that.
Woo! Woo! Hashtag woo.
Let's see here. All right. Jen Badamo asks, what cameras are you guys using to stream and record games? Yeah.
I guess that's
Crim, which one are you using?
Yeah.
I got this bad boy.
Drew's got his.
Yeah, mine got stolen at the city marathon that I went to, so I'm going to buy one for regionals if I don't end up going to either Kyle's or Pram's regional. Looks like, since I haven't really done any planning yet, I either have to do that really, really quick, aka like right now, or just settle on NorCal.
Well, you can come. The offer's still open for Philly. I'll have handout flyers to follow me on Twitter there, and we can compete.
You're going down.
And you can have both Crims in one area.
What?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Crim 2 and Crim 1.
You'll be able to meet your mirror.
My twin.
Yeah.
My long lost friend.
I forgot what the question was.
Yeah, the question was what cameras do we use?
For streaming, we actually just use webcams. the one you're seeing me through right now. It's just, I think it's a Microsoft LifeCam or something. For recording, the one Drew's got in his hand, it's a Kodak, like ZI-8 or something like that. The unfortunate part about the Kodak is that you can't record while it's plugged into a computer, so it can't be used for streaming, but it has high-quality videos for sure. It's what we've used for all the recordings until we started streaming. So, yeah, nothing too fancy. You think the Kodak probably cost $100 or something like that, somewhere around there. And webcams, you know, they can be anywhere like $50 to $100. So, yeah, that's what we got right now. Hopefully, we can upgrade in the future to have higher quality stuff. But that's what we got right now, and that's what we're working with.
Yeah, we definitely want to upgrade our equipment for whenever we start streaming with commentary. So when we do that, we'll let you guys know what we upgrade to, because we still have no idea. We don't know what equipment we're actually going to have to use.
A soundproof booth.
Yes. Let's see here.
That's literally it, though.
Has suggestions, if anyone has suggestions for, if anybody knows like what kind of cameras or equipment or anything that is used for streaming normally, like we have no idea. We're noobs at this stuff. So, like, if anybody is an expert on this stuff, we would love to know. Because right now, I'm just like going on Amazon and I'm like, all right, it's got a lot of good reviews. People are saying good stuff. Let's roll with that. And that's pretty much got us where we are.
That's true. It's actually really true. But yeah, once again, like Kyle said, if you guys are knowledgeable in the field, let us know, because we do appreciate your guys' help with that. So here we go. Carlos Duran Jr. What's your take on using 3 or 4 Poke Gears in a Vileplume deck to make turn 1 Collector, turn 2 Twins Vileplume easier? I mean, if you can fit it, but that doesn't... Is Ohio State losing, Drew?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, usually I prioritize a lot of things above Poke Gear and things like Vileplume, but I haven't really built a Vileplume deck in a while.
What? Can someone explain why you're using Poke Gears in a Vileplume deck? That as a trainer, right?
He's basically just saying in order to maximize your chances of getting the Vileplume earlier, but I mean that's it makes sense a little bit, but at the end of it, you're also drawing a lot of dead cards when you include too many trainers, so you kind of have to balance it out a little bit. You can't just maximize your turn 2 Vileplume and then kind of just sit there and do nothing because you have a handful of trainers either.
I play more Pichu before I play Collectors.
Pichu.
Or more Poke Gears.
Yeah. Let's see here. Drew, will you sign Professor Davila's Virizion for him at Nationals?
I'll think about it. It depends if I'm still fine for Virizion by then.
That's a yes. That's a wow. You really want me to sign a card? Yes, absolutely.
A solid yes.
All right. Sean Roast asks, what kind of impact do you guys see Darkrai EX having on the format? What is Darkrai EX again? What does it do?
Well, go ahead, Mr. Encyclopedia. I'll let you.
All right.
The Encyclopedia.
It's got an ability, if anything has a dark energy attached, as for retreat, and the attack for 2 dark and a colorless does 90 and then 30 to one of their bench Pokemon. But the important part is that it gets to take advantage of the dark patch, the thing that gets a dark from your discard pile, attaches it right to one of your dark Pokemon, and takes advantage of the plus 20 dark tool. So basically all the dark goodies, and it's a pretty strong EX.
I like the body on it too, or not even a body, the Pokemon power on it. Ability? There you go, there you go. I like the ability on it because like you can throw in a lot of cool things. Like you can even play Mewtwo, just put a dark on it, right, and then it has free retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of splashable cards that you're going to see played with Darkrai. Just gotta wait and see. But I think the deck's going to be really good.
Yeah, the ability is really good. Like really, really good. That's for 90, 30 hours. Oh, it's hard. I like it. I think it'll actually affect the format quite a bit. Let's see here.
What it does do is guarantee that tracking is here to stay.
Exactly, yeah, that's what I was about to say. It makes tracking that much stronger. Let's see here. Andrew Wembolt. What kind of Pokemon line should be used in Landorus Drakeon with potentially Mewtwo EX? Real quick, who wants
This is
to
pretty
answer
easy. 4 Terrakion, 1 Landorus, maybe 2, and then 0 Mewtwo.
that? All right.
I think you could argue for 4 Landers. It's actually good starter, better against terrain.
Alright, so maybe 4 Landorus, 4 Terrakion,
Yeah, that's acceptable.
4 Mewtwo.
and then 4 Mewtwo.
Throw some double colorless in there.
I actually don't mind starting with Landers, because if you go first with it, and then you can Juniper away fighting, and then Abundant Harvest, you can get a turn 2 Guy Hammer. That's not bad. Turn 2 80 is more threatening than a turn 2 30.
Debatable.
Agreed. I don't know. 100% agree.
Have you seen how many things have 30 HP?
Tyrus. In China. Alright, here we go. Franklin Ararte. I noticed that Pram does not use Trakeon in his list at Virginia State. Was that a good decision in the long run? I can understand not running Zekrom EX, but not including Trakeon the right call. So now he's saying splashing for Trakeon. What's your thoughts on that, Pram?
I didn't run it because it messes up your energy line, quite frankly. Your energy line just gets really awkward running Prism Energy. So, like, even if you draw the Prism Energy, you may not have Terrakion, or the more likely scenario, you'll have Terrakion but no Prism. So it just makes it really awkward running it.
Yeah, I'm not a Zekrom Electric expert by any means, but I wouldn't play Trakeon in the deck either. I prefer consistency in that kind of a deck.
Plus,
you're just racing.
I don't think it's needed. It would the only matchup I can think about it'd be useful is Mirror, and Thunderous already is like really good at Mirror. So I don't think you need another card to put you above in Mirror matches.
Yeah, you're running double colorless, so you don't want to taint your energy line there with more junk, basically. You need to get lightning in the discard pile at some point.
Right. Now I'm going to skip a few of these questions because we're running a little short on time, and I want to get to some of these, as many questions as I can. So let's see. All right. What do you guys think is the best tech or playstyle for Zekrom Electric to play versus Drakeon? That's Justin Young. Drew.
Mewtwo?
What?
Mewtwo Eviolite? Best style, I guess?
Mewtwo?
Not Drew. Not Drew.
Yeah. What?
We're gonna let Drew enjoy his OSU
What's
game.
Terrakion do? Ohio State's losing? What?
I'm sorry, guys. Can you guys repeat what you mentioned?
Mewtwo plus Eviolite seems like a pretty good, strong style.
Yeah, that's what beat me. Mewtwo plus Eviolite.
Oh, yeah. They must have been watching the show.
Yes, he must have.
Did he brag to you after? Thanks for the hints from Pram.
One of my opponents did. I mean, not like that, but...
What? By the way,
no,
follow
like
me on
that,
Twitter.
Not like that. One of my opponents was like, "Oh, I'm a huge Top Cut fan. You guys have helped me, get to where I am now. I'm just excited to play you." And then he just dominates me, literally dominates me. And then he's like, "Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate your guys' help." Oh, you're welcome, dude. That was cool. Cool guy. Yeah, I thought that was kind of fun. Let's see here. We're not going to cover the Dragon set cards yet for
That's
those
like
of
next
you
year,
who,
man.
Yeah, who are asking these questions. Right now, we're kind of trying to focus on states and the current format. And I mean, Dragon's quite a while ago, or quite a while away. So let's see. Ty Smith, does everyone think that 45 points is still a good spot to be sitting in for World's Invite and not predictions? Yes. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I personally feel like 45 should be enough. It's pretty close, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, that just means I need a top 8, or not a top 8, but a top 32 finish at next week's states, and then I'm good.
45
But you
might
guys
be
feel
the
like
bottom.
45 should be there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's going to be like a clear cut, oh, you're in for sure, but I think at 45 you should be feeling pretty good about it.
I was thinking probably 40, the higher 40s, like somewhere between 45 to 50 is probably a good range to be at.
I think 50 and you're probably safe, but even then I'm a little skeptical.
Really?
50, really skeptical at 50? No, there's no way.
Yeah, there's a lot
no
of
way
people
that
up
40
there.
people are getting.
There are a lot of people up there. I will admit that there is people creeping up to me. Yeah.
Well, Chris Jester asked this question. We covered it a little bit, but let's just reaffirm our position. He's saying, are there any viable decks in the format besides CMT, Zekrom Electric, Tracheon, and Gray? So what are they? Any stage 2s like Vileplume, Magnezone, Typhlosion still playable? Or basics in stage 1's 100% of the play? We covered it earlier. Unfortunately, really the big 3 decks are CMT, Zekrom Electric, and Durant. After that, you do have Tracheon, which is a solid deck. But then, really, I mean, these rogue decks just, for one reason or another, just don't have their picks to compete quite yet. So, I mean, again, prove us wrong if you can. But as of right now, I think that we can safely say that the 4 viable decks are those. Correct or incorrect?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I don't see anything else. I mean, unless you can consistently go double turn 2 Typhlosion, you're not.
I mean, I've came up with some gimmicks that require you doing something ridiculous, but nothing too good.
Played against Jonah and his onslaught of Vileplume stupid decks that just involve a bunch of status effects, but even those decks are going to crap out eventually.
All right. Daniel Musgrave asked a decent question, a little bit more skill-oriented question. What are some of the uses for plus power in Zekrom Electric? So name specific instances in which plus power would help Zekrom Electric out.
For knocking out a Pokemon when you're 10 damage away.
Technically, or I have even a better answer. For knocking out Pokemon when you're 20 damage away.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
No. When you're knocking out Pokemon when you're 40 damage away. Shut up, Pram.
No. Well,
That's
maybe if they have
one. I
weakness.
didn't think of that one.
Yeah, you're right. When they have an Eviolite on them, and you can and they have a Mewtwo with 2, and you have a Mewtwo with 2. Well, guess what? You need 40 more damage, 30 more damage, but it's really 40. So you just double plus power for 40 more damage.
All right, Daniel.
Must
you
be
can thank
nice.
these 2 guys for trolling you.
Do you want like real? I can give real answers, but Kyle started this off with the sarcastic answer. Basically, you can go like Thundurus, plus power, Catcher, knock out an Eel. You can go plus power, Mewtwo, knock out a Mewtwo if they have 2 energy. You can go Bolt Strike for 130 versus another Zekrom. I'm sure there's some Tyrogue tricks here somewhere along the way. Yeah.
Okay.
You can go plus power Bolt Strike against the Thundurus that is an Eviolite.
Yep.
Oh, you can double plus power Mischievous Punch against a Tyrogue that has an Eviolite.
Good next level here.
You guys are getting silly. Alright, final question. Here we go. Get some energy, guys. Jack Eiler asks, okay, when Battle Roads and Cities were going on, Zekrom Electric was a deck. Why was it average then but great now? Because the format was a lot slower.
Because Mewtwo came out.
Like Thunderdome were actually solid. Yeah, but Mewtwo coming out really affected everything. Literally everything. And, I mean, just naturally, you needed speed, and Thunderdome was a little bit too slow. So you just had the stage 1 amazing Pokepower, or ability, to work with. It works out perfectly.
Yeah, that deck had trouble with training a lot of stuff. It was an okay deck. Now it's better.
It had trouble with Thunderdome too, but now Thunderdome's just too slow, and it's no longer the dominant format, or the dominant deck in the format. So.
Also, Zekrom EX came out too, so people have been playing that, and you can one-shot a Magnezone with Zekrom EX. So.
All right, guys. Looks like we managed to cut it a little short today. I mean, it's only been an hour and a half, a little less even. How do you like that, huh?
Someone else
Let's have some more questions.
You can double plus power a Dynamo to Thunder Wave for the knockout.
I've done that. I've done that.
That's
Round
nice.
2, I think, of States last weekend. I went first, he went second, and I started with Dynamo, and he started with Dynamo. And I went Lightning plus power, Junk Arm plus power, Thunder Wave for 30. GG.
I'm not even going to mention. I'm not even going to talk about this. Seriously, like,
That's
you are the
so
most
good.
disgusting human being I've ever met in my life.
Oh, and the kicker, my hand was dead, literally no supporter, no nothing, so I had to go first in order to win, and he had to start with Dynamo
You run
You could have
so
started
well.
with Tyrone.
or Tyrogue, something like
I-
that.
Some people just have literally a lucky turn at all times.
No. It's skill, I swear.
All right. Here we go. That was the end of the show for the week. Very good luck to everybody at States this coming week. I will be at Nevada States. I'm right here already. See, Vidara. Staying at the Aria right now. I will be at the Venetian for the actual tournament. So if anybody's going to be around that area, just hit me up and we can hopefully play test, hang out, something. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Hopefully everybody has a good time at States this coming week. I know we're going to have a little 2-week break after that. Well, not the show, but the actual players before regionals. So that's going to be pretty cool and pretty interesting. We're going to be able to look forward to a new I don't even know what I'm trying to say. We're going to be able to look forward to
A new take on the format.
Yes, exactly. That's what I meant to say. So, for me, I will say goodbye and good luck, and everybody else, go ahead, take it away.
Well, I guess I'll go next.
Oh, wait. Follow at Crims23. At Crims23. TRIMZ23. I'm more interesting than the other guy that's about to talk. Thank you.
So anyways, I will attempt to stream Maryland States if it's possible. If not, then I will just record games, unlike someone else on our crew. Let's see. If you're going to Maryland States, please come say hi. Always nice to meet you guys. Also, follow me on Twitter at Michael Permawat. You can see it on our stream above my bouncing cat. You can follow Crims23, I guess, maybe, if you're kind of feeling guilty about it. Just throw him a bone. But yes, so look forward to more streaming. And Drew, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, you can follow me too. I actually tweet, unlike those two. Good luck at States, everyone, and hopefully Ohio State pulls out this victory so we can all celebrate, because Ohio State's the best. And I guess Marquette can win too for Pooka. But thanks for watching, everyone. Good luck. Take it away, Kyle.
Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Of course, follow all of us on Twitter, including our official account, which is Top Cut Pokemon. So twitter.com/TopCutPokemon, also facebook.com/TopCutPokemon. You can follow us all individually on Twitter as well. We do tweet from time to time. I'm Pooka311, we have Crims23, Michael Parental, and Drew Holton. Those are all their screen names. Other than that, thanks everybody for watching. Good luck to everybody at States. I will be streaming live from Illinois States and recording the games as well. We got a cool overlay that we debuted for the stream last week, so we'll have that again. Thanks to a guy named Andy Stewart for doing that for us. Really made it look a little nicer. So hoping to improve the stream this week and get some more viewers. So spread the word if you like it. We really want Pokemon to get out there. So that's gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Peace.